Before we get started, this is a Rebel Without a Clue media production. Strange minds, loud hearts, no apologies. We're a collective of friends from different walks of life talking metal, wrestling, horror, books, film, and all the weird stuff in between. Check out all of our shows: Black Manifold Transmissions, That Don't Work For Me Brother, Slumber Party Massacre Luncheon, Horny Little Book Club, The Revolution Will Be Broadcast, and Bullshittin'. You can find all of that at rebelwithoutaclue.com. That's rebel, W-O-A clue.com. You can also find our podcast on Spotify and Apple. So please follow, subscribe, and find your show at rebelwithoutaclue.com.
You're all invited to the Slumber Party Massacre Luncheon.
We'll tear your soul apart.
Drink some of this, Michael. Be one of us.
Death has come to your little town, Sheriff. You can either ignore it, or you can help me to stop it.
Welcome to another episode of Slumber Party Massacre Luncheon. I'm the different host, Hunter Petrus, and I'm joined by my co-hosts, Rob and Brad.
Hello.
What up?
And today we are incredibly excited to share with you a very fun episode, one that's been so fun that it's been challenging to narrow down for ourselves, but we are doing Heroines in Horror.
Yes.
This is
So-
once again three white dudes talking about shit we don't know about shit. So
I will say this. While I learned an absolute shitload in that episode, I do feel that females in horror have had a place for a while. And I think that one of the things that I struggled with that we'll talk about later when we get into our rankings is, do you go horror? Well, do you go females as villains? Do you go females as the protagonist? There's been female representation, and it's not all, like, obviously in the day it was the damsel in distress was the trope for women. And we've evolved from that, luckily.
That's what made it really, really hard, was like, because I really feel like horror as a genre is the genre of women, kind of, dude. Like, you think about stars that you know off the top of your head that you can name that are known for scary films exclusively. A lot of them are going to be women that you can name.
Exactly.
Yeah. And that's what it is that made it so hard, is they've played so many different roles in the genre.
And again, like, on both sides, you've got the female villain with like a Carrie, you know?
Yeah.
Or, you know, you've got the damsel in distress turned not damsel in distress with Halloween and Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah.
You know, I think that what was interesting for me is I never at any given point in time thought this was going to be a difficult thing, because I actually think that I tend to prefer my list is not going to be a surprise for a lot of people, I think, because a lot of it has things we've already talked about. But I do love females in horror, and I think it's great to see them go beyond the trope. And I'm excited to see what you guys bring.
They make for some of the far more interesting protagonist in the genre in general.
I'll tell you, in books, it is almost impossible to find a horror novel with a male protagonist.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say 6, maybe 7 out of 10. If you were to just grab 10 books, almost probably 7 of them are going to be a female protagonist.
So obviously Will's not with us today, and we love Will for these types of things because I think he has always a very interesting take. But I'm going to try to channel my inner Will here.
Okay.
And I wonder.
You want me to come over there real quick and give you a noogie?
Please, that would be wonderful. If you could just send Neil my way, that'd be great.
Okay.
Yeah. So here's my thoughts. I'm going to try to do my best to be Will here for a minute. I wonder if the development, the change in women in horror is a reflection on our society, and that where we initially had them pegged as the trope of they were the damsel in distress, they were always the last girl standing. Mm-hmm. If that was a reflection of that they, back in the day in the 50s and whatever, when they were not as important of a role, that they were and I'm putting this in air quotes here, everybody, but like they didn't work. They were, the biblical thought was that women played a lesser role than the men. And then as you see that develop throughout history to where, no, they do play a large role. They are in the workforce. And we see that, development of women. We see that in horror where they go beyond the last girl standing and then become the hero and even the villain. So I think it's almost like if you pull it back 30,000 feet, it's almost like it's been a journey with our own perception of women.
Yeah, I can see that.
I'm gonna add to that because, like you mentioned, like in the 50s, women were. I mean, this is gonna sound terrible, but like it's almost like a domesticated role where they're at home and they cook, they provide, nurture. And that was seen by men as not working. They're at home.
Right.
They're cooking, they're cleaning, they're taking care of kids, whatever. But that was actually like the 50s was actually them going back to that. In the 30s and 40s,
right.
You had World War II, and women were kind of had autonomy they were the man of the house.
Well, that was the Rosie the Riveter era, right? Where men, if you were a man and you weren't too old to fight or too young to fight, you were sent abroad. But
that's where you saw like the fear of females with power, like with Bride of Frankenstein and stuff like that.
Right.
You also had the conflict that women had between their traditional role in the house and gaining independence during that. That was kind of like that moment where in history where women were like, nah, we can do this without you. And that actually, and obviously I don't watch a lot of movies from the 30s and 40s, but that was reflected in a lot of horror films during that era of women like resisting, traditional roles within film. And that is where they would tie that into a horror story. And then you get back into the 50s where the men are back. They're trying to, put them back into, stay-at-home moms and things like that.
Right. But so then like you move into that era and there's a whole new, because as Will say, it's the cycle, right? So there's this whole new fear attached to women in society and social anxiety, and that's like
women stepping out of their place.
Can we regain domestic control?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
A movie that represented that was Attack of the 50-Foot Woman.
Yeah.
Of that 50s, and that was the late 50s. That was monsters reflecting the fear of men,
Right.
or, the fear that men had
Right.
of women,
Yep.
kind
Carrie.
of gaining independence. Well, that's kind of where you get into the next era, where it starts to become more about sexuality, puberty, oppression, things like that, which is where Carrie comes in. And that was like,
Well, yeah, like women who have been, quote unquote, I'm using this term softly, liberated, like exploring themselves in film and having more representation in film and what it's like to be a woman. I would imagine. Again, we're three white guys talking out of our ass, kind of.
yeah, I'm always talking out of my ass. So
Hey, try and stop me.
Yeah, I mean, with obviously a lot of reverence and
And some asterisks, if we're being honest.
yeah, I think we could have an entirely different take, and this would probably go off the rails. But I think we're fortunate in that we see the appreciation for what it is.
Yeah, what if it was Joe Rogan and Tony Hinchcliffe and
I miss the days whenever it was just naked boobs on television and then they got cut, Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, like, and again, that goes back to why I think I appreciated this assignment so much is because, like, I struggled with, like, a good blend of powerful female characters that again, like, I think there's something different about The Last Girl Standing in the 50s or the 60s or even the 70s and The Last Girl Standing today. Like, if you take The Last Girl Standing today, if you look at just even some bad horror, like The Hunt, right?
Yeah.
I like that movie, but using an example that I don't think anybody has on our list,
Thank you.
The Hunt, right? At the very end, you have a female antagonist and a female protagonist. And think about, she outlasted all the men. She was the tough one. She had the skills and she ends up surviving and she has this knockdown, drag out fight, right? So even our Last Woman Standing today isn't, and I'm drawing a blank on the one we talked during the Sinners Black Cinema review, where we talked about the zombie movie where the guy makes it all the way to the end only for the female.
Night of the Living Dead.
yeah,
Thank you, Night of the Living Dead. Sorry, thank you. I was on the tip of my tongue.
Yes,
I was drawing a blank. So, Night of the Living Dead, right?
Yeah.
All the way to the very end to make the noble sacrifice for the girl who does not do much to the story, contribution-wise.
Right.
Now, that's not the case. They are contributing to the story. They are the ones killing.
They are the story.
The bad guys. They are the story, and there's character development along the way. And so I think that was the fun part, was struggling to be like, damn, well this girl kicked ass.
And more often, they're the ones writing the story and directing the stories. Which is kick ass. Like, there have been some awesome directors come out of nowhere in the last few years.
As someone who co-hosts, not me, Rob, who co-hosts a book-related podcast, I think one of the funniest things that I see, and Brad, you being, big into literature, is what I'm going to call not just books, not like the genre of books, but the genre of writing in books. So take George R. R. Martin here. Male smut versus female smut. If you read male written sex scenes versus female written sex scenes, men are terrible at them. They're terrible at them. They're hard to read. And I like George R. R. Martin.
Or they're really safe.
Yeah, that's a new thing. That's a new thing, though.
Right.
Like safe is an abundance of caution based on where we are politically, I think. But prior to that, I don't think it was safe so much as it was like just poorly written.
Fair enough.
And I think we see that, like, we take that, Rob, back over to the females is. For forever, we had females that were written by men.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, like, and then directors who directed as men to give, oh, I think that this woman in this scenario would feel this. Why would you think that? You're a man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
How could you possibly fucking know?
Exactly.
Let's be real, like, both sides like completely different things, and then when you're writing about it from the other perspective, you damn sure better have done some research, or women are going to rip your book apart.
Dude,
I see
absolutely.
I see it all the time on Instagram. Like, it'll be a book I liked, and like I'll see a female do a review on it, and it's like, of course he sucks at writing women, and I'm just like, oh. Like I didn't.
Oh man, I thought that chick with the huge rack was pretty dope.
Can I? You know what's funny, guys? Is I watched the One Piece. One Piece dropped its second season on Netflix, and I watched it.
It did?
And it did. Yeah, it's great. It's better than the first season, in my
I
opinion.
didn't even watch season 1. I'm sorry.
Oh,
You should,
so
Brad.
good.
It is one of the best anime to live action adaptations out there.
I'd say
It does fan service.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to say, I think for me right now, it's a tie between it and Avatar. I think Avatar's doing a great job too.
Good.
Setting that aside, I was telling Laura was like, are you this far in the anime? And I was like, oh, no. I stopped. And I said, so I actually struggle with anime because it's all boobs.
Yes.
It's just horny men drawing these women with out of place gargantuous titties.
Yes.
And it's hard, even as a heterosexual man, to just be like, I want a story. I don't necessarily want to be reminded that women have tits every 15 seconds.
I mean,
And comics are that way. Comics have been that way.
But pictures,
video games.
some of them are super
Absolutely.
babies.
Oh my
Absolutely.
god, the 90s. I mean, look at Tomb Raider.
Look at fucking Jessica Rabbit. You know what I mean? And so I think I think it's so great, to see that. Talking about a woman's perspective, and this could be on one of y'all's list, and if it is, just surprise us when we get there. But a female-driven cast, or female-driven protagonist, antagonist, however you want to look at this, female writer-director, Coralie Fargette, anyway, The Substance.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to talk about some of the directors, and I mean, that was, you could tell a woman wrote that.
Yeah, you could.
You could tell a woman directed that. It was society's pressure on a woman staying young and being the most beautiful person in the room in order to make a living.
Yes.
And dude, that movie is effed up.
I love that movie, dude.
Yeah, but everyone on this podcast right now knows how much you love body horror.
Yeah, that's true. Fair enough. Yeah. Anybody that's listening this deep is well aware.
Yeah, absolutely.
In the same way that I think that there are men, African American men shaking up, with Jordan Peele and the things that he's doing, to the industry. It's so great to now see women in horror, and the directors are coming out and putting. I mean, again, like you said, Brad, with Substance, that is the theme of it and the takeaways of it are not something that could land if a man wrote and thought that up, right?
Yeah.
Well, also look at our namesake, the Slumber Party Massacre. Like, when you look at that movie, that was directed and written by a woman, and the movie literally shows women doing normal women things that have not a damn thing to do with a man.
Yeah.
There is no gossip. There is no boy drama. There is no man to come in and save them. It is women sitting around talking about sports.
Yeah.
And a dork running around with a drill killing women. But that's kind of where you really started to see women take control of a horror film and go, we're more than just, kind of what the 60s and 70s and 80s represented.
Oh, 100%. No, in Slumber Party Massacre Luncheon, like, the women will drill your dick to death.
Yeah.
Yeah. Drill your dick to death. I loved how you said that. That's great.
But, we kind of talked about the decades leading up to really what I would consider now our modern era of horror. And now women, they're the badasses.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you saw it in snippets throughout the 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
But and to be fair, when you look at the movies where the woman is the
90s.
badass, most of those are some of the most popular horror films of all time. And I mean, we'll get to those, but now it's so much more common. You see it. Women are not only like the lead role, but they're going in and they're absolutely kicking ass. I mean, you talked about
Saving the day.
Yeah, saving
Not
the
just
day.
surviving.
Yeah. It's not even like it was someone crossed a bad bitch and messed around and found out.
Yes.
So we've talked here about the women surviving, but I want to pivot for a minute and talk about the women causing the problems.
Oh, nice.
And
That too.
because, one of the things, and we talked about this, Rob, in an early episode with, oh my gosh, Banjos. Why did I just Deliverance? Sorry,
Yeah.
Deliverance. Right. So one of the reasons why Deliverance is such a if you have guys, right? If there are a bunch of guys in a room and they say, "Have you seen Deliverance?" There's always this visceral reaction,
Yes.
of like, "Oh my God, one and done. I never need to see that shit again."
Or I ain't never watching it.
Yeah, and it all stems from the let me go make you squeal like a piggy scene,
Oh,
where
yeah.
that was one of the first times, if not the first time, where the male was sexually assaulted, and it's that removal of power where
Yep.
the man doesn't have the power that makes men so uncomfortable. And I think that it had it has such a toehold because of that, and it's still to this day it has that reaction to men that don't see that, like, that uncomfortable choice was a choice to make you feel
Yeah.
uncomfortable. And I think we have that with the females in horror, and I'm going to use an Academy Award winner with Misery, right?
Yeah.
So think about how successful that film was, and I think that was not, obviously, it's not the first, not even the second, third, fourth, fifth, where the woman is the
bad guy.
the bad guy, but it was a woman that was a bad guy that had depth.
Mm-hmm.
She was unhinged.
Right,
And
but
death, for sure.
but a woman being the murderer and being unhinged is not uncommon. The
Right.
first horror, there was some in the 60s and some in the 70s where it was just some batshit woman murdering people. This Misery was not that. It was not some unhinged woman,
No,
just some unhinged woman.
not just.
Not
It was
just.
it had emotional depth, and that she
you
was a
felt- you felt
stalker.
sorry
And
for her.
It was
You
a-
felt
Yes.
sorry for her. Gosh, I think I just had a stroke talking, but
It was
yeah,
a
like,
deeply, deeply broken person.
yes,
Right. It was not just some emotionally stunted. No, like I think that, again, if we go back, there was no thought, there was no depth. It was just kind of the symbolism of, like, women are emotional, and thus we have to make them the bad. Like women's emotions are bad is kind of it, and that's not Misery. It's
that's
not
not Misery.
women's emotions are the bad guy. This is a bad person. Like, this is a deeply broken human being.
Women have
It also
depth, too.
showed that we aren't all one thing.
Exactly.
Like, it isn't just some bad person that's going out murdering. She was a broken person that had trauma and there was a lot to it.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny thinking about it because
Yeah, she wasn't
Stephen-
some sex-crazed nympho.
Stephen King is also not the greatest at writing women.
Right.
But
Yeah, we talked about that. Yeah.
But he has written two of the most prolific women in horror. So, like, it's a catch-22. Like, it depends on the situation that he's writing. If it is a romantic or sex scene, it's not great. It's awkward. It's weird.
Yeah.
But when you're talking about a human that has depth and an emotional, whether it's trauma or something related to who they are, that's what brings out the horror in his novels. But yeah, he's not great at the other side of it
No.
Yeah.
at all.
I mean, he also sucks at like sexuality, but
Yeah. And
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. There's things Mr. King's not great at.
Yeah, no, and that's why I kind of like there's the double-edged sword, like you were talking about, like men being bad at writing those things.
Yeah.
And he is bad at writing those things, but he can also write some kick-ass women characters.
That's
Yeah.
true. Just by nature of knowing people. Yeah.
oh, you know what?
He
You
knows
said
trauma.
two.
Right.
You said two, and your two, I'm assuming, were Carrie and
Yeah,
Misery.
and there's probably more.
But Gerald's Game.
Yeah.
Gerald's Game.
I mean, there's I mean, dude, Bev.
I mean,
The girl who
and
loved
Bev,
Tom
yeah, I
Gordon.
was going to say Bev.
one of my favorite characters he's written until the end of that book,
Right.
where he kind of just effed up the entire.
Just fumbled that one.
He ruined her entire story arc.
It got real weird for no reason.
Yeah, and you know, for anybody who wants me to spoil it as a novel, I will.
Yeah, I mean, you go for it.
To get out of, we're lost in the sewer. We've already defeated the thing. Let's all run a train on this girl, and we'll figure out our way back after we do that.
Yeah.
And like, I hear people like argue for it, saying it wasn't about that, but it was. Like, it was
Didn't
unnecessary.
hasn't he come out and said that, well, hindsight being 2020, that was a bad choice?
Yeah.
I think so.
I think I've seen two different things. One of which was him being like, I see where nowadays that was a bad idea, and then fully come out and said, I regret that as a choice.
Yeah, and I honestly, I'll even say back in the freaking 80s, that didn't make sense.
So let me ask you a question, because I have not read the book. It is on my list. I plan on it. Is that as adolescents or as adults?
Adolescence.
Okay.
Kids. And here's the thing, you wrote a character that has sexual abuse trauma and
Right.
then did that at the end,
Yeah.
and that's how they come together.
End of the first, because you were throwing me off with the end, because that's not how.
Well, you know, the book alternates. It doesn't have in a part two. It alternates chapters.
Yeah.
So like you get endings of part one and part two of the movies at the end of that novel.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
And it was so frustrating as someone who loves that book. Like, you wrote a tremendous female character that does have sexual trauma and abuse from her father, and then that's what you thought would fix that's what would get all them to come together. It's just
I do like Andy Muschietti's interpretation of that with the blood oath. I thought that was a better. I mean, obviously they weren't going to run a train on Bev.
Right.
Like, that was never going to be in the cards on the
and that's why you won't see it.
Right.
But I mean, we should.
I mean, hell, I don't. It's not in the 90s either.
No,
even then, it was not. I don't think this is. Well, in fairness, that was made for TV, but nonetheless,
Still.
Right.
But yeah, moving on. We can talk about some of the weird stuff Stephen King does Well, actually, I think you already did that a few.
Yeah, we did. We had a whole episode on it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, no, I mean, I also think one of the categories that I obviously love the most is horror comedy, and I feel that has been one that has done well for women for quite a while, but has continually done well.
Yes. I think so. Scary Movie launched fucking Anna Faris's career.
I mean, even more recently with some of the Nick G stuff, with The Babysitter,
Launched, yeah.
Ready or Not.
Ready or Not, which who comes out this weekend, or just came out this weekend.
It just came out. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm incredibly excited for that.
Yeah.
Also, Catherine Newton, who plays her sister in 2, was in, was it Freaky with Vince Vaughn?
Yeah, that was a fun one.
That was a fun one.
The
yeah,
Hunt.
so I mean, The Hunt, that was so funny.
The Hunt,
it was not.
I really liked The Hunt. I know it's not a horror.
I mean, it was critically panned, but I think that there was some.
I had fun with it.
I had a lot of fun with it.
In my opinion, it came out at the right time.
Sure, yeah. It, for me, has one of the funniest endings, if anything. It had one of the funniest endings of a horror comedy that I've ever seen, where she ends up being like, you got the wrong girl. They kidnapped the wrong... Like, the more I think about it, especially in today's society with how these rich, sociopathic, psychopathic billionaires are out there, and yet they are so fragile, right? Like, you have billions of dollars and you're fragile, and then you've got that, like, that they just took these conspiracy theorists and they got the wrong one. Oh, it made me laugh so hard. And at first, on my first watch of it, I thought that character was just telling her that just to fuck with her. But then when you find out it's true, it's all the better. It's so funny.
Dude.
Yeah.
I think it's funny that it proved a point of a certain side that likes to call people snowflakes.
Yeah.
Got real butthurt about this movie coming out.
Yeah. Well.
But.
Fair enough.
Well.
The Tales of Darkness.
Real quick, one thing we have missed is some books. And I'm going to lead into that because this is still part of kind of what we're talking about. When you think of horror, the genre as a whole, like almost everybody is going to give thanks or props to Mary Shelley.
Yeah.
You're talking about the early 1800s.
Yeah.
And she wrote one of the most prolific horror novels of all time. You cannot walk into a bookstore and not see Frankenstein on a shelf. You cannot go 10 years of your life and not see some new adaptation. God, really, in the past couple years, there's a new adaptation every 6 months.
I was going to say, man, it's pretty often.
And that led into kind of what, you have with the Monsterverse and all that stuff later on. But, dude, now when you look at today, some of the best horror authors are all female. A lot of my auto buys are female authors.
Yeah.
And, like, Catriona Ward, I just finished, I was talking about hers the other day when we were on Nowhere Burning. Everything I've read from her, I've loved. Rachel Harrison is huge in the horror game now. She did like Set Sharp Teeth and The Return and some other stuff. Alma Katsu does a lot of historical fiction that are horror. She always takes she did one on the Donner Party called The Hunger. I think it was called The Hunger. that was pretty rad.
That sounds
so
right up
everything
my
like
alley.
she does, like historical fiction centered around the horror genre. So like she has one there, you know, there's like I think a ghost on the Titanic. So she always does something like interesting like that. And then Anya Allborn. Have either of y'all read her?
I have not.
Dude, she's messed up. I'll say that. She's got some messed up stuff, but it's great.
Oh, I'm about to get some then.
One that, well, I'll tell you this. You should read, if you're going to read something from her, I highly suggest you read Brother.
What was the person's name?
Anya Allborn.
Got it.
Dude, the book, Brother, is probably one of the darkest and most heart-wrenching horror novel I've ever read.
This looks fucked, Brad.
It is. It is. It kind of like how Tinder is the flesh messed both of us up at the end. That's what this does, but it's purely horror.
Okay.
It is. Think of a person in a family of cannibals who is trying to separate themselves from the evils that they do, but can't get out of it. It's so messed up.
I'm adding it to the cart. It looks like a fun, quick read.
It is a quick read, and it's fantastic, dude. But it'll mess you up.
Fucking break me.
And guys, T. Kingfisher.
T. Kingfisher,
of course.
She's amazing.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
She does a lot of fantasy too. Like hers are always almost like a dark fantasy.
Yeah, I think that
with some Poe.
Definitely Poe.
I mean, deep. I mean, obviously, deep influences in Poe.
Yeah.
I mean, she's got a follows the House of Usher adaptation, but I would say
a ton of other.
I would maybe lean away from fantasy, although fantasy is probably a good way of putting it. I think she does horror adventure.
I think it's an element of her horror. Yes.
But if you take the sequel to the Usher one, the sequel to that is horror and adventure. It is a ghost story, and I mean it's adventurous, and it keeps you on the edge of your seat. That's her writing style. I mean, even the Hollow Places?
Yeah.
I mean, it's fun. It's fun and scary. So I think that's why I think I like her a lot. Is her books aren't just beat the shit out of you scary.
Yes,
they're a popcorn book, and I don't mean that in a bad way or as an insult, but like they're fun.
Yeah,
they are something that you can enjoy getting the horror and something else.
Yes,
yeah,
100%.
And then and the last one is. That I'll add, who's kind of taken over the whole game right now, CJ Lead. She is with American Rapture and Mayfly. She is probably dude. Mayfly, you could do a whole podcast on that book. And
dude,
it's tough. As I said, I'll never eat soft-boiled eggs again and not think of that book.
Fair enough, dude.
Woof.
I just love, like, the way she writes is like whimsical.
It is whimsical
while being very grounded. Like it's a weird combination of like urban fantasy horror. Like, I don't know, dude. Just the way she can blend stories within the genre is crazy.
Well, one thing that she does so great is she writes very heavy themes that women go through, and those are always the central focus of her novel. Especially with American Rapture, you have this girl who is plunged into a zombie apocalypse, but the zombies don't eat brains or humans. They have sex with you. And she's this Catholic girl that grew up in, strict, like almost like Carrie's mother, like that kind of household.
Yeah.
And they're gone because they got infected, and she's just thrust out into society dealing with seeing things that she was sheltered from. It's a pretty rad book.
Dude. American Rapture's on Kindle Unlimited.
Cool.
Then you should snag it. It's a fairly quick read too.
I think we'd be remiss, for a little current Anne Rice.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
We talked about it a lot on the vampire episode, but the impact that she had on the vampire genre
is
can still be felt.
Yes, yeah, you still see it today. Like, there was an interview with a vampire series in the last 2 years, right?
Yeah, but even set aside Interview with the Vampire series, like, I would say that the Vampire Diaries is just fan fiction of her writing.
Yeah, fair enough. And True Blood, for that matter.
Same. That gothic, Southern Gothic vampire story. That's her writing.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. And vampires as sexy. Vampires weren't sexy until Anne Rice got a hold of them.
Yeah.
Bram Stoker had a vampire trying to fuck, but he wasn't sexy.
Yeah, he's just looking for love.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was the opposite of sexy.
Yeah.
Yes.
He was vile.
Yeah.
But yeah, Anne Rice, fucking read them, man. Queen of the Damned.
Shirley Jackson.
Who?
Shirley Jackson. Haunting of Hill House.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Here comes my wife. Hold on, I'm gonna mute while my dog.
And then there's just a ton of heroines in comic books.
Yeah.
That one you got me comes to mind. The Something's Eating the Kids.
Yeah.
Fucking the chick in that is badass, dude.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And that is a straight up horror comic.
Horror or females in comics is a lot like females in the film industry, and that, we went back on the anime thing, but for forever, setting aside like Wonder Woman, women were drawn with full figures.
Yeah.
The kind of hourglass, and not horror related, but I believe it was Elektra was drawn for the first time from Rob. I'm drawing a blank on his name. Anyway, the guy, he drew her as a full figured woman, not this hourglass. He drew her as, And so I think that we've come a long way, and there's still a long ways to go in women in comics, but
sure.
I think that it's sort of funny because much like I think that for a while horror was probably thought of as a man genre, women may not be able to handle, with their feeble brains, be able to handle these deep, in-depth things, and then we find out that women love horror, love it.
Yeah, can't get enough.
Don't mean this too super funny, but kind of funny. Their existence has been horror. You know what I mean?
I know personally, and I'm shooting myself in the fucking neck for not inviting her on to the episode today. I know a woman who goes to sleep to horror films.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting.
They are that comforting for her.
Huh.
I even need like a little buffer.
Oh yeah, like
documentary.
Oh, not me. No. You mean like to go to bed, or you mean like after?
To go to bed. I mean, I read to go to bed.
Okay, got it. Sorry, I was trying to figure out, did you need the documentary after horror? Was that your buffer, or you're saying...
No, I meant to go to sleep. I mean,
my buffer is like put on some Community or something. Like I need something dumb and silly.
Nice.
I need some nature.
Ooh, nature's a good call.
No, I want to lighten it up, because sometimes even nature can be a bitch.
I can do 2 horror films back to back. After that, we were watching comedy. We're watching.
That's it for me.
Mine can't have a plot, or I'll stay awake.
Oh.
So when I say nature, I mean like something like Planet Earth, or
sure.
If I want the TV to put me to bed, any one of the Bourne movies on TNN.
That's funny. That's real funny. I put on basically something I've seen before. I used to be rewatch The Office. Oh yeah, no. I don't know that I would go to bed on that one. I just have too much of a good time enjoying it. Yeah. But yeah. How about some list? Are y'all interested in going through some top fives?
Yeah, I can do a top fiver.
I can do that.
All right. Brad, interested in starting us?
Yeah. We already talked about my number 5, and my number 5 is Annie from Misery.
Nice.
We touched on this already. She is unhinged, but she's unhinged because of the emotional depth and trauma and loneliness and things that led her to that. But man, you're talking about one of those movies where you want a redemption out of her before it's too late.
Right. You hold out hope.
Yeah, you hold out hope for the dude, the torture scene with the feet that we all dude. Brutal. And the era of which that came out, that had to have just like grabbed the nation.
Oh, dude.
Well, again, she won an Oscar for it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, absolutely. I just mean like just
that scene in particular.
That scene, like we're just kind of so used to violence nowadays.
Yeah.
When this came out, like they weren't used to that kind of violence, that kind of torture. It really like was a boost for the horror genre in movies, and it's just a rough watch.
It's a rough watch, dude.
It's grim. It's dark. It's slow burn. It's amazing acting from both of them.
Oh, yeah.
James Caan and her.
Yeah, but
it's just a fantastic movie. I almost didn't want to put it on my top 5 because if I didn't know if we were gonna like go the hero route, like only protagonist.
Yeah.
And then I was like, you know what?
I'm not
either. So here we are. And
I think I pretty well stuck to heroines.
Yeah.
I did not.
Oh, okay.
I mean, other than her, we'll talk about my other ones here soon.
Got you.
I should.
My number 5 is, we touched on it earlier, I love this fucking movie. It has one of my favorite endings in horror history. Fucking Ready or Not, Grace Ladomus is on fucking top of it, dude. Like
that is my number 5 as well, is Ready or Not.
It was an honorable mention of mine.
Very cool.
Yeah. Like you said, the ending is just so. I love that they let that breath of relief out.
Yeah.
Yeah, only for just one of the bloodiest scenes.
Dude, they say comedy is timing, and
Yeah.
they fucking nail it with the
Yeah.
timing of the ending of this movie.
I think one of the things I also love about this movie is on top of making her a very likable character,
Yeah.
they make his family an unlikable family.
Yes.
Barring Adam Brody, who is lovable. Even the husband is a piece of shit.
Correct. Yeah.
Possibly the biggest one.
And, I think that there's some solid, strong female characters in it. I thought that the mother-in-law was great.
Yeah.
I think that the aunt is just chef's kiss.
There are some other great women leads in this.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Honestly, for comedic relief,
Yes.
the girl from Letterkenny, the sister.
Oh my gosh, she is so good. I'm gonna have to watch it again tonight.
She's great in it. She is fantastic.
I'm gonna watch it again, like here real soon, just so I can ramp it, because it like the second one's is right after the first.
Yes.
Which I'm so excited for fucking Sarah Michelle Gellar to be a villain.
I know, dude.
Yeah.
And Elijah Wood.
I'd probably go see it while I'm off this week if I wasn't already going to see Project Hail Mary.
Nice.
I can't wait for that one too. So that's my 5. Brad?
Okay. Number 4 is honestly can be 2 characters, but the chicks from The Descent.
Yeah.
God damn it, that's my number 4. That's funny. Yeah, that's my
crazy.
4.
Especially Sarah and Juno.
Yes.
You can say some bad stuff about her, that it's her fault that they're in that position.
What do you mean you can? You should say bad stuff.
But she is a badass towards the end of that. I mean, that was like one of those movies that I didn't know what I was getting into when I watched it. And I think those always tend to be your favorite movies as they go along, because you're watching this movie and you're thinking it's just a creature feature, and dude, you don't even start seeing them until halfway through the film.
It's a little further than that, just a little bit. Yeah.
But so it builds this tension without even the horror. Well, the horror is plunking. Let's be real. But just once it goes crazy, my dogs are going to go crazy. We're just going to ignore it. Once it goes crazy, like those 2 girls right there, strap up and start just going to town on some freaking.
And it's time to fucking get it.
And the final 10 minutes of that film, just amazing.
Dude, they go from like scared out of their minds running to when they come out of that motherfucker, blood-soaked Vikings, like fucking warriors, dude.
Yeah.
And it delivers.
Yeah, it really. I also, Brad, I didn't know what I was going to get going into it, and I actually did the research for it going to our creature feature episode.
Oh, you did?
I think I think what I loved about that movie is that it is one of those where the creature is not just the bad guy.
Yep. No doubt.
And I enjoyed that. Yeah, no, that was great. Great movie.
And
so yeah, that's
the second one's great too. I don't care what anybody says. I love both of them. They're both good.
I need to watch the second one.
Why would you go back? But it's great.
I need to watch the second one.
It's good.
All right.
I think. So that's my number 4.
Number 4, okay. My number 4 is Kirsty Cotton, Hellraiser.
Mm-hmm.
Not only does she survive the film, she outsmarts a group of interdimensional demons to survive the film. I mean, come on, guys.
Yeah.
Makes a deal with the Cenobites. fucking, she kind of, at the beginning of the movie, is just like one of the lead main characters, just like the daughter. But then by the end of the movie, she is the only thing keeping number one, this box from getting into the hands of something fucking insane, and just saving her own hide, dude. Doing it for herself. Like so often you see women in horror be the sacrifice, and she's like, no, fuck that. No, this dude's gonna pay for everything he did.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah. And
She was an honorable mention of mine.
No, awesome.
A lot more crossover than I expected, honestly.
Yeah, for sure. Who's up?
3, Brad?
Oh, gosh, yeah, because I said yours. My 3 is the one who kickstarted one of the biggest horror movies of all time. Miss Voorhees.
Nice. Good fucking pull.
Yeah, dude. So I'm just gonna murder my dogs because they only bark when I talk. But that movie, like, she's an antagonist, but at the same time, they let her kid die, and she's coming back to wreak havoc on them. And like, obviously, they're not the one who did it, but they're still doing the same things that led to her kid drowning because they weren't supervising.
Holy shit.
She even the true villain.
Brad, you just blew my fucking mind. Friday the 13th, if it had been Mr. Voorhees, this is just death sentence.
Yes, it's Kevin Bacon.
This is just death sentence. This is just a revenge thriller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She wasn't bad.
No, not necessarily. I mean, you shouldn't murder people. But
she murdered people, but
if Kevin Bacon did it, we would be Kronk.
Yeah.
You're using that one. I'm going to say law-abiding citizen. I rooted for Gerard Butler the whole fucking time, and he was murdering people.
That's probably the last time I rooted for Gerard Butler, too.
You didn't like the rom-com with him and Heigl?
Brad, you know he has Luke Eric's, right?
He has what?
He has Luke Eric's.
Lou Gehrig's.
Does he really? No. I was going to say, how's he still doing action movies? Because now he's turned into friggin' every other guy who's done an action film, and to kickstart their career, they get stuck doing it, and now it's just B movie after B movie.
I'm just saying, Brad, if anybody needs a little bit of your support.
But yes, I didn't think any of y'all would have Pamela Voorhees.
That's a great pull, dude.
I was like, I'm going to drop some off because, I mean, you don't have that franchise without her.
You don't. Point blank, period.
So, yeah, man, that's my number 3.
I like it. I fucking dig it.
All right. I finally get one of my own, my original take here. I'm going to cheat, and y'all are just going to have to fucking bear with me.
All right.
I'm going to cheat, and my number 3 pick is going to be Mia Goth as both Pearl and Maxine.
I mean, that's not cheating. I thought when you said you were...
And I mean across the trilogy. So, like, she plays Pearl, and then she plays Pearl, and then she plays Maxine, and then Maxine.
Yes.
And so I'm going to go all 3 movies and say that two different characters, one across the board performance. She does this. She does, Mia Goth does Suspiria. I mean, she she has found her home in horror.
Yes.
And she nails that performance. I think
Isn't
that
she going to be in Werewolf?
yes.
Yeah.
Now I don't know what her role is because I think Lila Rose is also back in it.
But still.
But yeah, Pearl is one of my favorite horror movies. It is just such a beautiful movie.
It's really great.
Like, it's a gorgeous movie, and it's just fucking insane. And then you move forward to, or backwards, however you want to do release order or chronologically. Then you go over to X, and you got the gritty, slasher film, and then you have the kind of 80s flavor and Hollywood killer trilogy, killer performance. She is a badass. She's the last woman standing in all three movies.
Yes.
Absolutely love it. So that's my number 3.
I'm gonna say
that's a great one.
When you said you were gonna cheat, I thought you were about to talk about Sleepaway Camp or something.
That's funny. That's funny.
Technically,
it's a dude the whole
That's
time.
funny. That is funny. That was really funny.
That was great.
all right, sure.
Huh?
Oh, just your turn, man.
Oh, okay. I thought you had more gold in there. My number 3 is the character Dana Polk from the movie Cabin in the Woods, baby.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
She is the final girl while
Kind of.
simultaneously rejecting everything the final girl's supposed to be. Not going to play by your fucking rules.
Also, a great female antagonist with Sigourney Weaver.
Yes, 100%. 100%. Yeah.
That movie is just like, I want a prequel series, but we don't need it.
No.
I want an Office series.
Don't chime in, Brad. We do,
Yeah.
but we don't. But we do.
I want an Office
don't.
series that is just The Office.
That's what I want. Is that I want The Office.
Yes.
I want an NBC workplace comedy.
That is them at the board of ancient horrors.
Yeah, I want that.
That would be so sick.
Hey,
Yeah,
mention of mine.
Oh, I'll be honest, guys, she didn't even make my radar. But I'm sad she didn't because she deserved to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, she did. She crushed that performance, and I love that. She did kind of start off as the damsel in distress.
Yeah, but then
and then when they realized,
and then she decides, fuck this, the whole thing needs to just collapse.
oh, I love the heel turn in the middle of that ending.
Yes.
Where she's like, oh, fuck it, maybe you are gonna die. Yeah. It's so good. It's just that whole ending is so good because it's just like at some point you don't know where it's going to go.
Yeah. All right. Let's move into our number 2 so we can all say our number 1 at one time.
Yeah. Well, my number 2 is from a movie that Hunter is too big of a pussy to watch, and that is the Evil Dead remake. The Evil Dead remake, dude.
I did not think you were gonna.
I knew it was going to be your number 2. I have it written down right here. It's Brad's number 2.
I did not see that coming.
I did.
I'm sure y'all thought it was going to be something else. That is probably one of y'all's number 2. But the last 30 minutes of that movie, she turns into Ash, but not a comedy Ash. She goes to town.
Yes, dude.
And the scene in the rain where it's raining blood, and she pulls her hand out from the car that's overturned to get to the chainsaw.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I need to watch that again.
It's It's the best in the franchise.
Dude. Guess who watched it recently? Like, was after listening to our episode about Evil Dead, Garner has gone back and watched every single one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool.
He called the remake doo-doo. He said the remake was boo-boo. I was like, bro, no way.
What were his thoughts on Rise?
Loved it.
That's odd. I would have... That's odd.
Yeah, loved it.
I'm going to have to talk about him after I kick his ass.
That's funny. That was really good.
That's I don't even know how to respond to that.
I was like, well,
I mean, everybody's entitled to an opinion.
yeah. You like it or you don't. It is out of tone with the rest of the...
Yeah, because it's darker.
I know, but if that's not what you're looking for...
It's not what I'm looking for.
I'm rescinding any offer that we ever had for him to be a guest.
That's so funny.
Well, we're going to wait on an episode that you're not, because he and I are in the same camp. Yeah.
That's my number 2.
I'll go with my number 2. Also going to cheat a little bit on this one, and I'm going to throw out a TV series.
I
I'm going to
still
say
maintain it's the
Buffy.
best remake.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Fuck me.
Well,
Fuck.
you can say the movie too.
Well, yeah, but I was going to go Sarah Michelle Gellar. But
Okay.
I mean, technically, if you go in the pantheon, the literary sense, sure. But I do, I struggle on whether those are like cinematically 2 different universes or not. But
Honestly,
I don't know, or honestly give a shit. Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
There's nothing wrong with doing a TV show.
No, but I mean, like,
Yeah.
is like, because there's a book, there's comics. Like, is it all one thing? Is it all canon, or is it its own? It doesn't matter. But
Right.
I'm going to go with Sarah Michelle Gellar because
Nice.
she had the longest. But the Buffy movie is also great.
Yeah. Kicks ass.
But it does. It absolutely does. But I also have a soft spot for Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Me too.
Already talked about her in
We
this.
should do a Buffy rewatch one day if we ever have a Patreon.
Like the series or the movie.
The series.
Me and Laura were watching it.
Oh, nice, dude. I might hop on that with y'all.
Yeah, it holds up. I mean, there's some things that don't, but
Oh,
like
for sure.
it's good. But I do love seeing a lot of actors get their start here, like Pedro Pascal. You know,
Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, obviously, absolute kick-ass heroine. When
Yeah.
you said that this
The
was
true
Heroines of
intent.
Horror, she is a heroine of horror.
Yeah.
I mean, just nonstop killing folks. You know, a fucking high schooler just murdering the damned.
It's awesome.
It's
love
great.
Buffy.
Yeah, so that's gonna be my number 2.
I'm super upset I didn't even think of Buffy. Because it would
Shame on you.
Because it would be my number 2 right now.
Yeah.
I'm kind of shocked at some that haven't been said. but
So my number 2 is from a more recent movie. I think that's probably why it's my number 2, because it's like stuck in my head. But so the movie is Out of Darkness. The character is Bea, and it's a prehistoric horror. And it's a film that flips the idea of who the real monster is. And
Okay.
and it's a coming of age story at the same time. You get to watch this girl who's taking care of her younger sister and saving her younger sister from this terribly awful situation, learn things about life that she may not have thought to be true before these moments that she's experiencing.
Yeah.
And her coming out the other side of it, knowing that maybe she's the monster. Or maybe
Oh.
none of us are monsters. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's
Okay,
really
I've
cool.
actually not seen that, but I'm going to add it to my list.
I have
really
seen
cool.
it. It's really good. It's
Yeah.
really good. It is very different.
Yes.
You've never seen anything like it.
I mean, I'm here for that.
It's great. I really dug it. But yeah, you should check it out. I think
I watched it one morning when we were down at the lake, and I just happened to be up at like 5 o'clock, and nobody else was up yet, and it was coming on, and it's like, just what a fucking treat for 5 in the morning by yourself, you know? It was great.
Brad, you
dude.
don't seem to share the same thoughts.
I'm awake all the time early, but I can't do a movie at 5 in the morning.
Oh, dude,
I'll fall back asleep.
while people are waking up, man.
Okay.
But yeah, I fucking loved it. Go ahead.
Rob, you seem confident we're all going to have the same
Yeah,
number one.
I'm almost curious if we're all going to say a different name here.
Yeah, I know.
I'm willing to. I mean, like,
Are we on number one?
We
we're
are.
all on number one. I don't feel we're going to all have the same one, but
Okay.
also my number one is common enough that we could.
I think me and Shook are going to have the same number one.
I mean, I'm going with the number one, heroine in horror.
And
Okay. Then I know that you two share the same one, and she didn't hit my list. She's an honorable mention.
Watch us not share the same one.
All right. Petrus,
But my number.
kick it off.
Who is my number? Who is y'all's? Because I
Who's
can guess
yours?
y'all's.
Okay.
My number.
What is ours?
Y'all's is Jamie Lee Curtis from Halloween.
No.
No.
Okay, well then we might all share the same one. Mine's Clarice Starling.
No.
No.
Okay, mine's Clarice Starling.
Here, you go ahead.
Yeah. Go.
Yeah,
Not a bad choice.
Silence of the Lambs.
Great choice.
Yeah, not a bad choice.
Just another one of those horrors that, in my opinion, transcend the genre at the time. And it was a horror that was massively critically acclaimed, which in that time of day, you didn't have a lot of those.
No.
There was a lot of the straight to DVD, straight to VHS, type of things, or TV, straight to TV. Just incredibly well written with, Anthony Hopkins and the mind of the Hannibal Lecter, and that he wasn't even the fucking bad guy in this, and he's fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
And what she goes through, just absolutely. I rewatched it recently. Just truly a great heroine, and I think Jodie Foster does that role incredibly well.
Absolutely.
I think it's her
dude.
best film.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've got a soft spot for Safe Room.
No.
But I do.
I love Safe Room. That's a great
Safe
movie.
Rooms were pretty fucking cool.
But
Yeah, but this one is her best. But I
This is her best. Safe Room's very cool.
This is her best. But that one,
Panic Room.
Yeah.
Panic Room. Thank you, Panic Room.
yeah.
Thank you. With a young, what's her name? The
ScarJo,
girl
right?
from Twilight. No, the girl from. I think it's the girl from Twilight, isn't
Okay,
it?
that's
It
right.
is. Yeah.
I think I'm thinking of Eight-Legged
That girl.
Freaks.
Kristen Stewart.
Yeah.
Hey, Eight-Legged Freaks that's a great movie.
Yeah. That's a
Yeah.
jam.
So then, who wants to go next? You two going to share the same?
I think we do have the same.
We've got to.
There's no way. I think we both share.
Yeah. Ripley.
Okay, it's Ripley.
It's
Yeah,
Ripley.
It's Ripley.
Fuck.
You messed up.
I regret my choice. My number one is Ripley.
Yeah.
No, dude, I was so focused. God damn it. We've done Alien. I have put Alien on my list 7 different episodes, and I don't
Sigourney
know why.
Weaver earlier.
Yeah, dude, it did not even fucking cross my radar.
Even did a little thing with my eyebrows when you said Sigourney Weaver.
Wasn't looking at you, Brad. I fucked that up. No, my number one. We're all Sigourney Weaver. Yeah, it's all Ripley.
It's all Ripley.
Dude.
Before we talk about it, I'm shocked there isn't A. Laurie or
I know.
or Nev Campbell.
Yes, I thought you were going to have Nev.
No, Ned was on my honorable mentions.
Okay.
She almost made my top 5. I had to put some antagonist in mine.
Yeah.
So
I thought
the
for
reason
sure
she
you were
didn't-
going Scream, dude.
Nah, the reason I didn't is because I think that some of the later films with Nev, I think her performance drops off for me. Scream 1, Scream 2, absolute killer performance for her. But I think that the later films that she gets into, she phones it in.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's
So-
they literally had to make a new trilogy without her because they weren't paying her enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
She said, "I'm out." And
Later.
she missed a few movies.
Yeah.
For your worth, and look at it, she's back.
And they're good-ish. I heard the new one
I
is pretty
enjoy
bad.
them. My brother went and saw the new one the other day, and he said he enjoyed it.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah. That is, my bad, guys. Totally
No.
don't know.
Ripley is
Yeah,
the greatest female
Heroine.
protagonist in all horror genre
Yeah, dude. 100%.
and sci-fi genre.
Yeah.
There
And
is an
television
honor.
in movie history. Like she's
There's
the greatest.
There's an honorable mention that I struggled to not put on this list.
Yeah, let's get some honorables.
Tess from Barbarian.
Oh, shit. That would have been a good one, dude. That's a good idea.
Really enjoyed how, and if you think about what the themes of that movie is
Yeah.
and who the real monster is in that movie, actually, there are a couple monsters in
Yeah,
that
I was
movie.
going to say.
About three different monsters. The one that you think, the one that Justin Long, and then also the guy who creates the monster.
Yeah.
So
And then the housing crash.
yeah, Fannie Mae.
Yeah.
She's the fourth.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is
So
there a fifth
with all
one, Brad?
that,
No. I just realized someone we didn't talk about that people might fight us over.
Oh, I can think of one too, but
The Shining.
oh yeah. Yeah, that was never going to be on my radar, but yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good one.
that's a good one.
I mean, it wouldn't have been on my top 5 because The Shining, while I love it, it's not one that I go back to a lot.
yeah.
But you know who we should have been talking about?
Kate Beckinsale.
That's a good one. It's
Yeah.
Reba McEntire.
In what?
Tremors.
Oh, she's in a bunch of those.
I mean, she's a badass in it.
She is a badass in it, dude.
Or the actual main chick in Tremors. She's a badass in it.
She is. What about
I
Jurassic
think-
Park?
Yep, Laura Linney. I think we would be remiss if 2 or 3 days removed from the Oscars if we didn't mention Annie Madigan for her performance
Fair.
in Weapons
Fair.
that she won an Oscar for.
And much.
If I'm not mistaken, I think pretty much everyone was kind of like, oh, there's a couple people that could win Best Actor. Oh, there's a couple people that could win Best Actress.
Yeah.
I think across the board, everyone was like, it's going to be Amy Madigan. Like, there was no one that didn't have that on their bingo card. No one didn't have her on their bingo card.
Yeah, she
Fair.
was insane.
She crushed it.
Gosh. Black Christmas.
Yeah.
The OG Black Christmas. Like,
Yeah.
that's classic.
Happy Death Day.
Happy Death.
Oh my God, yes.
Ooh.
Marion Crane and Psycho.
Yep.
Yes.
Selena in 28 Days Later. She is a badass in that movie.
Oh, not the heroine, but one of the best villains I saw this year. Fucking Bring Her Back.
Ooh.
That you could did she
That's one of the best villains I've.
she was a snub. Like she should have
Yes.
been nominated.
I think so.
And Hunter, like, dude, if you go watch this movie, you are going to then start comparing her performance to the chick on Weapons, and you're gonna go, she probably should have won this.
It's
Who?
Nominated.
I don't know her name.
I don't know her name. Her performance in Bring Her Back is, to me, you can put it up there with Misery. Like, you're talking about a similar character who has some severe.
It's Heath Ledger level fucking accurate. Like,
Got it.
yeah.
Her performance is just out of this world. You should watch that movie just for the acting.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to put Annie Graham in Hereditary.
Ooh, very good.
I mean, you could even talk about Florence
Pugh.
Florence Pugh. And yep.
Florence Pugh in everything she's in.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got main character energy in everything she's in.
Yeah, dude.
Even when she's not supposed to be.
Let me think if we're skipping any giant ones that are. I mean, I'm sure we are.
Some that were. I mean, did either of y'all ever watch You Are Next? I can't remember the girl's name in that, but she kicks some people's ass.
No.
Yeah, it's not my dogs.
I've got two more. Elsa Lanchester as the Bride of Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Good call.
Yep.
And then the girl from Bring Her Back. Or not Bring Her Back. I'm so sorry. It Follows.
I almost talked about that movie because I really wanted it to be directed by a female, but it wasn't.
Yep.
I typed it in. I was like, who directed It Follows? Like, while we were and I was like, oh, I'm not even going to talk about it then.
Still a great movie.
And they just confirmed the sequel. They're getting,
I did not know that.
Yeah. They made a big announcement about it this week.
Nice.
I'm in. I'm in.
All right. Wrap her up.
Yeah.
Go for it.
All right. Well, I've got the plugs at the beginning. Bradley, hit them with your plugs.
Yeah, check me out at Brad's Unreliable Reviews, where I'm talking books.
All right. Until next week, be sure to look under your bed for the monster and check over your shoulder for the boss. The luncheon is over.